gamers? Today we got a new update fresh out of the oven from Stormgate, December 2022 tech and art reveal. Let's go.
It's been about 6 months since we announced Stormgate, and we want to provide an update on our development. We're actually building our own game engine, and no, that doesn't mean that we're not using Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5 is powering all of the graphics and sound and input, provides the pathways for all of the art that we put into the game. But the gameplay itself is driven by a piece of technology that we're developing called Snowplay. Snowplay is a custom-developed engine for real-time strategy. It is a set of logic that is being built exclusively by our team here at Frost Giant, designed to handle the high unit counts and the low latency networking that are necessary to facilitate a really great real-time strategy game. You're going to hear today from James Anhalt, our chief architect.
Doesn't that exist already? Unless they're planning massive battles?
Who is leading the development of Snowplay. And you're also going to hear from our art director, Jesse Brophy, who is leading the design for each of the factions or races that are going to be featured in our game.
That's a good last name.
Snowplay is the deterministic game engine that we built to provide us with fast, smooth, responsive RTS gameplay. Snowplay is all about making Stormgate more fun. The fun in the game comes from how responsive the game is and how it just feels to play it. Unreal Engine 5 provides a client-server networking model, but we require a networking model that supports a large number of units. And Snowplay gives us this deterministic engine where we can just simulate the game based on the player inputs.
So what RTS game is already made with Unreal Engine? Is there one? I actually have no idea about the programming side of things. So I'm complete noob regarding this. Unit states, resolution, display. Oh, I see.
Snowplay allows us to simulate Stormgate at 60 Hz for smooth, responsive gameplay feel. It'll be the most responsive RTS game I've ever.
Unreal Engine netcode can't be used for responsive RTS? Okay. I think that's cool that they're developing their own engine though. That's kind of crazy. It's probably a crap ton of money as well.
Worked on, and I've worked on a few great ones. Rollback allows us to reduce the lag a player feels playing the game over the internet. Rollback works by allowing us to simulate the game even in the absence of player input. And if we receive input later, we can roll back to that time that the input happened and then simulate forward really quickly to catch back up. Snowplay allows us to mass spectate games where the viewer can rewind, have instant replays, and then fast forward back to where they were originally. Because Snowplay is deterministic.
That's what StarCraft had, right? Oh, wait, the viewer?
Spectate games.
What do they mean with mass spectate games? Like spectate one, I'm assuming one live game? Spectating and everyone can like fast forward and stuff? Not for spectating, I mean he says spectate games. He doesn't say watch replays. Where you don't have to be in the lobby? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, rewind while spectating. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Where the viewer can rewind, have instant replays, and then fast forward back to where they were originally.
Like YouTube, right? Like YouTube compared to Twitch. On Twitch, you're watching a VOD. On YouTube, you can insta rewind, you can pause, and then you can just go live back to where you were.
Snowplay is deterministic. We can mass spectate a live game by broadcasting just the player's actions to the viewers and re-simulate the game on their computers. Snowplay enables designers to iterate quickly by compiling.
Wait, what? We can mass spectate a live game by
broadcasting just the player's actions to the viewers and re-simulate the game on their computers. Snowplay enables designers to iterate quickly by compiling all the game logic into WebAssembly so that they can
Editor load game execute, okay. Interesting.
Iterate while never leaving the game. This also unlocks the potential for modders to be able to iterate quickly and reach.
Is this the first RTS that has this? RTS. League of Legends has it already?
Same level of polish.
The art team's been focused on a lot of things in the last.
It's kind of interesting, though. Kind of interesting. I mean, so what you can get out of this is that that the game is going to have replays straight from the get-go, I would assume, if this is something they're working on right now and something that's very important to them. So any kind of like live broadcasting, live spectating, while not being in the lobby of the game itself. So kind of like AOE4, but with more of a YouTube function where you have more options to observe. So for those that don't know, in StarCraft you have to enter the lobby to observe. So this is more of the side of AOE4 where you can spectate the game without being in it, but you can also rewind and you have more options while an observer.
5 months, we wanted to get a unified.
Yeah, guys, I'm 99.9% sure they're gonna have replay files. Like, I don't think they're gonna skip on that.
Visual vision for both the Resistance and the Infernal Host. We're also doing a lot of work on our core technology inside of Unreal, as well as a great deal of environment work for our terrain and our cliff systems. We're calling the human faction the Resistance, and they're humanity's last line of defense against the Infernal invaders. They're a scrappy group. They've preserved knowledge about advanced.
I am not playing the Resistance. I learned my lesson. I'm going with them aliens this time.
Robotics and scientific know-how, and this gives us a lot of options for mech designs as well as creative exploration of future technologies. Recently, the concept team took about 6 weeks to focus on the visual development of the Resistance. We didn't have design briefs, and none of these are specifically going to go into game. It's just us exploring visually what the faction's going to look like. This first image is by Leah, one of our concept artists, and it's just her exploring stuff that.
I've seen this one before. I have definitely seen this before. Yeah, this looks like a marine with wings. Like the boots, the armor. It looks like a marine. It looks like a marine Viking.
That she kind of wanted to look into visually. She got inspiration.
I mean, listen, I'll be honest. I think the last time they showed like the little bit of gameplay thing or whatever it was, the little like video, and a lot of people were like, oh my god, those are Zerglings. And it's like, guys, I'm gonna be honest, this does look like a marine, right? But at the end of the day, can you reinvent how fucking human looks in space? You know what I mean? It's not gonna have 4 legs, right? So I can't give them too much crap for that, because you can only make a marine in a certain way. Like, you can't make it in some crazy. It's like a I don't know, like a tank or like a whatever. It's a tank. You know what I mean?
Lightyear and F-14 Tomcats, and this is a result of that. This next image is one created by Timmy, one of our concept artists as well, and it's his take on what.
Like, I would say like this is unique, right? And I think some of the units are going to have a more unique look, and some of the units are going to overlap with like a Viking or with a Marine or a Marauder or whatever, and I think that's fine. Like, Banshee? No, this doesn't look like a Banshee. This looks like a mix of Wraith and, I don't know, Viking maybe, but even then it's a stretch.
A Resistance flying unit could look like. This final unit is called the Gigamech, created by John Ryder. We don't know if this mech will ever make it into the game, but artistically we wanted to explore what it could look like if there was an end game unit, something that was so massive when it came onto the battlefield that
should have been called the Giga Chad right there.
One side was going to have to win over the other. The Infernal Host is a violent.
Wait, what? We don't know if this mech will ever make it into the game.
Artistically, we wanted to explore what it could look like if there was an end game unit, something that was so massive when it came onto the battlefield that one side was going to have to win over the other.
Oh, that's like the Titans from Age of Mythology. Oof, is that good? You know why they're toying with this idea? You know why they're playing around? Did you guys know? I'm about to throw you some, did you know? Did you know that in early StarCraft 2, there were supposed to be hero units? Not like heroes at their level, but there was supposed to be Odin in multiplayer. There was supposed to be Leviathan for Zerg. And for Protoss, it was like a mothership, but a different kind of mothership, where you could only make one. And I think that's where idea comes from. Maybe they regret not having that in StarCraft, or maybe they want this to be like a wonder for AoE4, except it's just a massive unit where if you're so far ahead, you can make this and end the game to prevent stalemates.
The Infernal Host is a violent, warmongering society of alien creatures. They travel through Stormgates, from planet to planet, conquering any life forms that they come across. Anything strong enough to fight back is assimilated into their ranks. Their main purpose is for resources, primarily what we would call life force or anima. Earth has a great deal of anima, which makes it a high-value target.
They're big fans of anime.
To the Infernals. To them, energy equals power.
Okay.
The human faction uses advanced robotics. The Infernals use magic.
That's the IAS Civ.
The Resistance visual development that we did, we also did the same thing for the Infernals. We took 6 weeks to really focus on what the designs are going to be.
I'm not playing Resistance, I'm saying it right now. If I play Stormgate, I am not playing Resistance.
Language for the team. This image is what we're calling the Mist Reaper. We loved it the second Leah drew it.
Love it.
It again was all part of our exploration to go, how do we want to design the Infernals? This image is by TJ, again, one of our concept artists, and he really wanted to...
This is a torture chamber.
...explore the structures of the Infernals and what the shape language was and what type of materials we could use to explore them. This final image by Tom, one of our concept artists, is what we're calling the Worker right now. We wanted to keep the Infernals...
They look cool. If these are the workers, they look cool. I like that they're also showing different units now for the Infernals. We haven't seen these before. So this is like unit number 3, and then the building, and then unit and workers number 4. I liked it. Like, you know... Okay, so another comment that I saw back in the day... Why is my camera so bright? Holy... Anyway, another thing that I saw is people like, oh, these are just demons. And it's like, they're Infernals. You know, like, what do you want them to look like? Like fucking having grass on their head? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they gotta have horns. They're like demonish. They're Infernals. They gotta be red. You know, that's the whole point.
And go, how do we want to design
I like the
Infernals?
teeth.
This image is by TJ, again, one of our concept artists, and he really wanted to... This final image by Tom, one of our concept artists, is what we're calling the Worker right now. We wanted to keep the Infernals very dark and gritty, but there's some areas where we want to have some charm and levity, and we thought this would be a great place to do it. Again, we don't know if any of these units will make where we want to have some...
I like these.
Charm and levity, and we thought this would be a great place to do it. Again, we don't know if any of these units will make it into the game. We were just exploring visually as a team.
So that's what we've been working on. I know everybody's eager for some gameplay footage, and we will share some gameplay footage next year before closed testing starts. But in the meantime, I want to wish you a happy holiday on behalf of everyone here on the Frost Giant development team.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Happy holidays. 2023 beta. I wonder when it's going to be though.
Cinnamon.
Oh my god. They got a tiger as well. I wonder when the beta is going to be. Because I would assume the beta has to be in the second half of the next year, right? I don't think it's going to be soon. Like, I don't think it's going to be like in 3 months. I think that's way too early. If this is what they've been working on, aka creating another engine, obviously not everyone is working on the engine, right? Some people are working on some other stuff. But I would imagine the beta would probably be August, September, something like that. And then the beta would, I assume, again, I don't know anything, would last about 6 months. And the live game would be released in 2024. And the beta is probably going to be like on and off servers. That's my speculation. I would be very surprised if... So this is the thing. If they release beta, let's say in March, that would mean that if the live game comes out in 2024, then the time from beta to the live is like a full year, which is, I think, too much. I think you want beta to live to be within 6 months. They didn't take David Kim with them, did they? No, David Kim is working with Mike. Right, Mike. I'm completely blanking. So yeah, Mike Morheim made his own company, and David Kim is working there. But I don't think they're making an RTS game, if I remember. What was their company called? Dreamhaven. There we go. Yeah, and Dreamhaven, I think, has 2 studios. Like, they're making 2 different games or something like that. I don't know too many details about Dreamhaven. I haven't seen too many news about Dreamhaven, to be honest. So maybe I just missed out, but I don't know if they've been updating people. So yeah, I think pretty cool overall. Again, if they're creating their own engine, that costs a lot of money, and that is, in a way, something that's positive because they're investing a lot of money into it. So I would assume this is a long-term kind of thing, you know. So I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool little update. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited. I am. I hope they release 3 races on the release of the game. But so far, not a big fan of the Resistance, because I just think I'm over it. I'm going with the demons, the devils, the zergs, the animals, the trees, whatever else there is. Thank you, YouTube. Have a good one. Twitch gamers, let's keep going.